Welcome in, YouTube. It's your boy, The Crow Show, home of the smoothest voice on Twitch. In today's episode, I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here, and just a quick heads up, the footage you're looking at is some random games that I played. I just grabbed footage basically anytime I got downed or a teammate went down. And the reason why I'm posting this footage is because not a single week goes by without me seeing a single viral or semi-viral tweet of somebody complaining about slugging in Dead by Daylight. It often goes, "Ever since Dead by Daylight introduced the Finishing Mori, I've been getting slugged non-stop." And every time I see one of these tweets, this is what those survivor mains look like. It's a self-report every single time. Well, there's been one, maybe two exceptions. Want to know how I check to ensure this is a self-own? It always comes from streamers, right? Twitch streamers, YouTubers, whatever. And I always go to their Twitch stream and check their VODs. What are they doing to battle the non-stop slugging that they're complaining about? Absolutely nothing. They're keeping their Windows, Life, Resilience, Deja Vu builds, not equipping any of the available perks that actually combat slugging. Now, the king of all of these perks is Unbreakable. You get slugged, you pick yourself up, and that completely erases the killer's pressure most of the time. There's also Boon Exponential. I know it's very situational and it can get snuffed out, but when it works, it's a very powerful perk and prevents one of the strongest strategies going in Dead by Daylight. There's also We're Gonna Live Forever. Now, I know this is somewhat dependent on your teammates and you pulling off some pretty strong plays, but a good We're Gonna Live Forever play is a very powerful thing. There's also No Mither. You cannot be slugged with No Mither, and I know that survivors are terrified of being injured. I watch a lot of them on stream. People don't like being injured, but the thing is, with No Mither, your grunts of pain are very quiet. You don't leave any pools of blood, and you won't get slugged. Otherwise, you can just pick yourself up as much as you want. And again, the footage you're looking at is me it's mostly just B-roll, but it's also me getting downed. And killers are picking me up right away anyway. The only time I was getting slugged was when it was an effective play, when there was another teammate next to me who was either injured, or even if they're healthy, it's worth it to keep me slugged, go injure that person. And depending on map position, if they're out of position, you can get them down, and that's an effective play. That is actually the correct play, and slugging in that spot, it's effective. Now, over the course of the last couple of weeks, I've been using Unbreakable, and when I get value out of it, it completely breaks the killer's strategy. Because I've been slugged, I'm able to get up and maybe go pick up another teammate, go pick up somebody off hook. Now, I'm more or less a killer main these days, and when I run into somebody who's running Unbreakable, and I've slugged for pressure because it's the right play, and I'm looking for a win condition, and if somebody gets up and picks up the rest of their team, I'm pissed. It alters the game in a big, big way. Now, why don't people use this perk more often? Check out these stats from Nightlight. Now, according to this, Unbreakable is the 10th most used perk for survivors. Why isn't that higher? If the current meta is killers slugging and people running to Twitter to complain every single time it happens, maybe take Deja Vu off. Maybe take the training wheels of Windows of Opportunity off. Now, the thing is, you won't get value out of Unbreakable every trial. You may only get value out of it 1 out of every 10 trials. But when you do, it will break the game and it will break the killer. I'm getting sick and tired of survivors self-reporting on Twitter for slugging. The next thing I better not see a single complaint about is tunneling. There is now a perk that is so powerful, it can actually counter tunneling, as if Off the Record and Decisive Strike weren't enough. Shoulder the burden. Maybe we'll talk about that in the next video. But there's literally no reason why any survivor should complain about tunneling or slugging, any of that. You have so many tools to use. Use them.